Hello lovely people, welcome to the Geek Cupboard, I'm Penge and welcome back to Farm Manager World, where right now the aroma around the lovely people's farm is probably best described as being a little bit pungent, shall we say, if we're being polite about it, or if we're not being polite about it, we could say it smells a bit poopy around here, because of course last time we activated the wonderfully named Project Poop, which meant really that we got a whole load of new animals in on the farm over here, and of course because they're animals, they're doing what animals do, they are generating quite a lot of manure, which is wonderful for us because of course we can take that manure and put it onto our fields. So right now we've got a rather colossal 42,609 kilograms, I think it's measured in kilograms, of manure. That's quite a lot. That is a lot of manure, and just for a bit of variety, we have got a little bit of liquid manure as well, which is wonderful. Is it wonderful? I'm not sure, but whatever the case, we've got a choice of poop types to put on the fields, which I think might be quite good. But we're not done yet, of course, because over here, we've got a couple of extra large sheds. They need to be filled up. And over here, we have a couple of extra large pigsties, which also need some animals in. So I think right now, to begin this video, let's get that done, shall we? Let's get animals in here, and then we'll generate even more poop, which is possibly a good thing. So here we go. Let's get some animals into here. Now, what can we have in here? So we could have the sheep. I think that was part of the plan, wasn't it? So were we going to get some sheep into here? Although, hang on, we've got sheep there. I think alpacas were also on the agenda because, of course, the alpacas make the alpaca wool, and then we send that over to one of our textile mills over there to make the sort of alpaca flannel or whatever it is, the nice lucrative kind of textile thingamajig. So maybe over here we get alpacas. Let's do that, shall we? Although we are going to need some staff, actually. Hang on. Can we do that first? Right, so that place is full. That place is full. So then we're on to this one here. Okay, that's got 3 workers, so we need another 3 workers. Okie dokie, right. Anybody good at working with animals? One person. One person over here. Carter Ward. Okay, well, in you come, Carter Ward. You can work over there. Welcome aboard. And then, yes, now we can get them in. So here we go. We shall get some lovely alpacas. Get as many as we can, 30 of those. And there we go, sorted. Right, now what do they eat? Remind me, alpacas. They're ostriches. Alpacas. Those 4 bits there. Okay, so if we go down to here and just do that. So grass, silage, straw and colza. Wonderful. Okay, have they got things nearby for all of that? Don't think we've got colza nearby, have we? Hang on. No, we haven't. Okay, so silage, grass, straw, yes. Colza will need to go into that small silo, but that's not a problem. Does colza go into a silo? Oh, maybe it doesn't. Maybe it doesn't go into a silo. No, does it go into the warehouse, colza? Maybe it goes into here. Hang on a minute. Colza. No, it doesn't go into there either. Is it in a barn by any chance? Yes, it is. There we go. We got there in the end. Right, colza. And then, yeah, everything else on 500. So that can be on 500. Added an extra 0 there for no reason, but we sorted it out. Yeah, there we go. Right, so that can be for the alpacas over here. And then we need to tick time on a bit to refresh our employment options because we need people that can work with animals. Hang on a minute. No, like that. Hire. Thank you, game. There we go. Right, we refresh the list. We have. Okay, pause time for a second. Okay, so Reggie Dunn. Yes, you can come in. And Jamie Simpson. Okay, so they can then work over here. So Reggie Dunn and Jamie Simpson. Okay, so that is now going to be sorted. That's going to be full of alpacas and they're going to have a full staff complement. And now we need to go over here. So I think there is another potential worker. I saw at least one person. Yeah, there we go. Look, there we go. Annabelle Akhtar. So you can come in, Annabelle, and then you can work over here. So you go into there. Lovely. And then, yes, what do we put into here then? Because we have got another entire large shed of just, yeah, we've got free reign, really. I mean, one thing we don't have is goats. We haven't got any goats. The only thing is goats don't really give us anything additional, I don't think. Although, would they give us... Have we got goats already? Hang on. Have we got goats anywhere else on the farm? I can't remember. Do you know, I don't think we have. I don't think we have. Although, are we not making goat's milk cheese or whatever it is? Or did we not get round to that? Maybe we didn't get round to that kind of stuff. Okay, hang on. Over here, where's the milk processing plants? Just there. Okay, so sheep milk, cow milk. Yep, okay, that's the same, that's the same. That's the same. But we can, if we want to, make goat's milk stuff. Oh, we just haven't done that yet. Oh, well, there we go. Let's get some goats in, shall we? I don't think we'll have enough milk to sort of, make any kind of cheese out of it. I don't think that will provide enough to keep that going, but we can just sell it. We can just sell the goat milk and that'll be fine. So do you know what? Yes, absolutely. Let's do that, shall we? We haven't got any goats on the farm. And ta-da! Now we've ordered some. Okie dokie. Right, so they can have oat because that's nearby. They can have grass. They can have silage. And they can have, we've got a few options here. They can have straw, because that's nice and easy. Right, so once again, we tick time on. Here come some more alpacas. Hello there, alpacas. There we go. So more wool being generated. And of course, we sell that on as well. I think we sell over a certain amount of the alpaca wool. So we're selling that on for a bit of money. And of course, they're generating poop. And here are the goats. Hello there, goats. Right, you're a new addition to the farm. This is an exciting thing. Right. Got a whole new thing on the farm, which means we will, I think we take the tomatoes off the top sort of thing now. Right, goat milk. There we go. So put that on the top because at some point we will start generating that. And then, of course, we need to remember to sell it on. So yeah, we'll just make sure that actually is sort of ticking over okay. So run time on a bit. There we go. They're generating the manure and also the alpaca wool. Have we got another few people? So one more person can fit into here. Anybody got animals? Yes. Okay. Edward Day, you can fit into there. So you can work in here. Welcome aboard. And then in this house next door, because that house is now full. Yes, it is. There we go. There is somebody else down here. So Blake Smith. Okay. So we've got, oh, hang on. We've got this here as well, which is completely empty. I forgot about that. Okay. Right. So we've got 2 pigsties there and there, and we've got another cow shed. Okay. Right. I think we'll get the pigsties sorted, because these are the big ones. We haven't got any large pigsties yet. These are the sort of medium-sized ones. So we'll do the same sort of thing again over here, I think. But we do need to get some more people in. So Blake Smith, you can work over there. And then what I think we do is, I think we just keep sort of refreshing this until we've got enough people. It's already refreshed, and not one single person that can work with animals. Good job. Thank you, recruitment team. Can we please tell them we're looking for kind of, animal handlers? Can we tell them that? Because that would be quite a useful thing. Right, there we go. We've got 1 person. So hang on. So we get 12 people each time. So for the 2 past rounds of potential employees, we've had 1. 1 out of 24 that can work with animals. Right, Finley Armstrong, you can come in. And then you can work in there, because that means that we can now get animals into here. Okay, so by the... Ooh, hang on a minute, hang on. We've got... What are they? They're boars. Okay, so we've got boars and we've got pigs. So maybe over here we could get the Vietnamese pigs. Because again, we haven't got them on the farm, and we might as well because it's a little bit different. So Vietnamese pigs go into there. Lovely. And then over here, we will have good old regular pigs. There we go. Just pig. Nothing special. Not a boar, not a Vietnamese pig. Just a pig. Just a good old Northamptonshire pig. There we go. Okay, so these pigs here should be easy to sort out in terms of food. Boop, 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 and boop. Over here, what do you guys eat? Okay, so the Vietnamese pigs, they can have oat, they can have grass, they can have silage, and they can have straw. Okay, there is going to be quite a rush on those things, but okay, that's fine. And now we just need more people. We need, another 4 more animal handlers to make sure that's all covered off. And at the minute, that's not refreshed. Okay, right, let's just tick time on, shall we? Until those 2 places there are fully staffed. Okie doke, we've got 2 more people that we can assign to that pigsty, and that means that they are both now fully staffed. Wonderful. Okay, so that's good. And we can go and have a look at the Vietnamese pigs. Hello there, Vietnamese pigs. How are you guys? This is lovely. Welcome to the lovely people's farm. I like this. I like getting sort of all the different variants of things in. So I don't think we've got that many animals remaining to get onto the farm. I'm not quite sure. I mean, there are quite a lot of different sort of variations of things. There's quite a few things you can put into the cow sheds, and you can put into the animal these sort of whatever it is, the bird enclosures and things like that. There are quite a lot, but I think we've got pretty much everything on board. There might be something that we've forgotten. I don't know. We'll have a look over here, because now we need to get some people over here into a large cow shed. And very handily, there are still some people left to employ that can work with animals. We've got you, Louis Burton, and you, Jessica Knight. And I think that's it, but that's okay, because that's another 2 people who can go into there, and you into there. There is somebody else down here who can work with animals, Ella Edwards, but she's also a planty person. So let's leave her doing sort of planty stuff. That's fine. Right, and then over here, what do we go for? Okay, here we go. So here's something that we potentially haven't got. So dairy cows, yes. We've got those, loads of those. They make milk. That's all good. We sell it on, make some money. Splendid. Then we could have beef cows. Now, these are obviously designed to be, a little bit sort of more muscly, a little bit bigger, and they are designed to go to a slaughterhouse to make beef. They can make steaks and such like. We haven't got any of those. And also, we don't have any deer. Now, I don't quite know what we'd do with the deer. I don't know what they would produce. Because, I know that we send the beef cows to a slaughterhouse, and we turn them into beef. We turn them into, chunks of beef. But here, I don't know what we do with the deer. Do they also go to the slaughterhouse? Is that what happens and we sell that on? I don't know, but we haven't got any of them yet. So, just for fun, because we have got colossal amounts of farm manager monies, let's get them in, shall we? 14 deer for 18,200 monies. That's absolutely fine. We can do that. So yes, do that, please. And they can eat that, and okay. I think, sorghum. We have got some sorghum coming in. That's going over there. So they can have that. And then really, we need 1 more worker. 1 more person. That house is full. So there's going to be 1 worker in a house over here, kind of on their own. Which, is probably a little bit weird, but that's fine. Maybe they'll like that. I don't know. Maybe they're thinking, brilliant, I've got this entire house to myself. Although, of course, nobody in the current sort of run of employees can actually deal with animals, obviously. Right. So there we go. I was going to say, are the deer here? I'm going to say they're reindeer. I mean, they might not be, but I just like to think that they're reindeer, and they're all dramatic and exciting. So what do they do exactly? So the warehouse is, they just generate manure. And I imagine if we look at, production, if we find where the slaughterhouse is, which is, not a jolly place. Where is it? There. All the buildings look the same. That's a smokehouse. The slaughterhouse. Yes, look at that. You can send pretty much all of the animals over to a slaughterhouse. So you send the deer over. And also all the different types of pigs and the birds and the turkeys and everything else. We haven't got turkeys, I don't think, either. But okay. I mean, it's going to be tough for me to put one of those in. Because it does seem a bit mean. And I'm not a vegetarian. I eat meat and I'm okay with it. I like all that. But somebody else deals with it all. The meat's just sort of there for me and I eat it. I don't want to be responsible for sending our lovely, sort of reindeer buddies and our pig buddies over to the slaughterhouse. I feel like that's a little bit mean, but we might possibly have to do that to generate some money from the deer. The deer which have all... Oh, hang on a minute. Have we got vanishing deer? Okay, right. This is an oddity, isn't it? No deer and some deer. And you zoom out, the deer vanish. Oh, look at that. We've got sort of magic deer. Oh, this is brilliant. I mean, Father Christmas's reindeer, they're magic. They can fly about and everything. So maybe these are, part of that same sort of breed, maybe part of the same line, because look, you zoom out and they're completely invisible. Okay, well, there we go. We've got magic deer on the lovely people's farm. Who knew? And to help out with the magic deer, we can employ Caris Allen as the third person to go and work in that large shed. There we go. So you go in, Caris Allen, and that's that sorted. Okay, there we go. So that's now generating quite a lot of manure, but also quite a lot of other things. The alpaca wool and the milk and everything else. And we are now acquiring some goat's milk. Okay, so let's go and take a look at what we can get for that. So goat's milk is here. We've only got 52, whatever it is, litres of it, have we, to sell. But if we click that, 460 farm manager monies. It's not exactly going to turn our finances around, but yeah, it's fine. So what we'll do is we'll auto trade it away. That's fine. We'll just auto trade that. So yeah, goat. Oh no, I need to add it first. Hang on. Goat milk. There we go. Sell above 0. Just sell all of the goat's milk that we have because that's fine. Oh look, it's gone up to 268 now, I think. So yes, we have got more of it to sell. It just needs to make its way to the right kind of selling points. But there we go. So they can work on that. One thing we still haven't sorted, of course, is the lotus flowers and also any nori. Are they growing now? I mean, it's 26 degrees C. It is quite warm. Right. The lotus flowers are still hibernating. If conditions allow, it'll start growing again in one season. And Anna, the nori is growing. The nori is growing. Okay, yeah, look. We might actually grow some nori. We could potentially get ourselves some lovely hosamaki rolls on the go. We are still struggling with the whole sort of pickled lotus stems, though, because these have not come out of hibernation yet. Maybe. Do they need like, I don't know, like a couple of months of it being warm? Because right now it's quite toasty. That's alright, 26 degrees C. That's quite warm for Northamptonshire standards. So maybe if it ticks over to the next month and it's still sort of warm, or the temperature has just come down to 20, maybe they'll spring back into life and start growing. If not, I think we'll just leave it. We will just leave it. Maybe at some point they will grow. Maybe in, I don't know, the year 2032, we'll have a massive long heat wave throughout, I don't know, the spring and the summer, and these will thrive. I don't know. I'm not quite sure, but I can't be bothered to kind of rejig them and change them around to other things and faff about because they're there now and they're in and such like. But yeah, it would be quite good if these did spring into life. It'll start growing again in one season. I mean, yeah, that means it might start growing in the autumn, which is going to be a little bit weird. That's going to be a bit of a strange thing, isn't it? But the nori is looking good. The nori is nearly there. So, well, yeah, okay, right, there we go. That's that sorted. How are we doing elsewhere? All these fields here. So, yes, that's cultivated. That's waiting for nitrogen fertilization. So these orchards here are still not in. And down here, we still haven't fertilized these fields. They're still waiting to be fertilized. Now, a few people... Oh, that's being nitrogen fertilised. A few people in the comments did say that possibly we should think about getting some more workers in who can go and sort stuff out in the fields. Like, yeah, people that can drive the machines and such. I don't necessarily think they need to have the machine driving skill in order to drive the machines. I think it just means that when people with that skill drive a machine, like a tractor or whatever, the wear and tear is a bit less because they know how to look after it. But maybe getting some more farm equipment in and some more people might be quite helpful. So I'm thinking we've got these logistics buildings here. Along here, we could just get some more farm equipment. And that might allow these things to get sorted out. We need to put another manure thing down, maybe another couple of them over here, just so they can store manure here, so it's easy to get to the fields. So I think that's what we will do. I think that sounds like quite a good plan. So over here, and also look, we've got power. Power is already sorted, and I remembered to check first, which is quite the rarity, but there we go. So yeah, I think down here, we'll just get a load of farm machinery things in and a workhouse and everything else. So let's begin with, where are we? I want to get the manure thing in. That is just there. There we go. Right, so pop one of these in. So we'll get, in fact, is it worth having 2 of these? So have one like that and one like that, and then just have a little road pootling down like that. Lovely. Okay, so now 2 manure things over here. And then we need... I don't imagine that is reaching down here. No, absolutely nowhere near. So we are going to need a repair shop kind of in the middle over here. So don't forget that. But yes, we're going to need to get ourselves all of these things. So yeah, do we go for a few of the bigger parking lots? So go for 1 and 2. And then we'll put 1 at that end. So 3. Okay. I think maybe what we'll do is 3 is quite good. Then I think we get in a couple of the worker houses. So 1 there. And you know what? We'll put 1 there just for fun, just to mix it up a bit. So 1 over there. And then in the middle here, we're going to need the workshop repair shop thingamajig. So pop that in to make sure everything here is being sort of maintained. And then we've got a gap in the middle. Do we go for... Do you know what? Let's go for a covered thing, shall we? Just to mix it up a little bit. And it fits in perfectly just there. Do you know what? Yeah, there you go. Decision made. Right, get that done, please. So build those things. And then we'll hire a load of people. But also, yes, we need to get the machinery in. So we need a lot more machinery coming in. But let's just get this done first. You've got power. Don't give me the fact that you haven't got power. No. I sorted it. There's literally power lines in front of your house. What do you mean there isn't power, game? There's power there. And there's power over here. Why is there not power there? Is there... Oh, is there not a Transformer robot in disguise over here? I find this a bit fiddly, isn't it? Yeah... I was so confident with my checking of the power lines. Oh, botherations. And I find this really frustrating about this game. You can't just sort of replace existing power lines with a transformer. Game just goes, no, you can't do that. And I can't put it outside existing buildings. It goes, no, you definitely cannot do this convenient thing that would help you out. Okay. Do you know what we're going to do? Just because I want to get it sorted, we're going to do that. I'm going to knock that house down. This is what you've reduced me to, game. We're going to put that in there, even though there are power lines nearby, so it doesn't really make any sense. And then we'll go back to here and put that back in. There we go. Are you happy now? Are you happy that you just hadn't forced me to knock down an entire house so I could slap some sort of electric box thing on a pole that was already there? Are you happy about that, game? Well, there you go. It's all sorted now. No thanks to you. Right. Let's buy quite a lot of things. Because, yes, we need to get more things in. So, ETOS tractors. We are going to need possibly orchard tractors because these are orchards right here. So, let's get a couple of those in. And they are very small. In fact, you know what? We could get 3 in. Let's put 1 just there. That can be blue. And then we'll have... Oh, yeah, here we go. We've got a blue one. Then we'll have a nice hot pink one. Yes, okay, perfect. And then, can we have a Geek corporate yellow one? Because then we've got 1 each of the colours. And yeah, that's good, and I like that. A bit more sort of... sort of a bit more like that. There you go. Right, buy that in, turn it around. There we go. Right, so 3 orchard tractors. I mean, there's 4 orchard fields here, so that should be plenty. In here, I think we need to put the big, gigantic cultivator thingamajig. Not any of that stuff. Is it the Ester cultivate? No, it's the big one. There you go, the Rodon cultivator. Well, it doesn't change colour. Although it looks like it should change colour, but it doesn't. So we'll have that in yellow, even though it's going to remain green. But the little kind of preview thing will think it's yellow up here, but actually down here it's green. But whatever case, that's fine. And then... that reaches over here, doesn't it? Yes, okay. And then we'll just need to buy loads of other farm equipment. Sprayers and other cultivators and ploughs and things. In fact, you know what? Over here, is it worth buying another one of those big cultivators? Because maybe that's slowing things down a bit. I don't know. Maybe that's not helping. So we'll change that to pink. And we'll put that in over there. There we go. So we've got another one of those in, which is good. And then, yes, we just need to spend a lot of money on all of the other things. Because there are so many things. Tree planters. There you go. I'll just pop a few of those in because we need some of those. So, yeah, let me just get a load of farm equipment in because this will take a little while, I feel. Oh, they're tiny as well. So, yeah, we'll get some more of these in. So let me just sort of go spend quite a lot of money on a lot of lovely, exciting, fancy new farm equipment. Right, okay, we've spent quite a lot of money, although that doesn't really matter because right now we're just coming up to 73 million farm manager money, so the cash doesn't really matter, but we have spent quite a bit on a lot of new exciting equipment, and look at it, it's all lovely and colourful as you would expect. So we've got ploughs, we've got tractors, we've got these sort of tree planter things, we've got the broadcast spreaders for the nitrogen stuff, got manure spreaders, over here we've got sort of box trailers, and we've got sprayers and things, and then in here, yes, we've got the cultivator to go with that one just there. So we have got a lot of equipment. Now we need a lot of people. Okay, so hang on. We need to change the name of this. We're running out of house names because they're all just going to get a bit samey. So this house is going to get filled up quite easily. So how about near to Fancy Orchards House 1? Because, and can I copy that? Because they are near to the fancy orchards. These are growing, limes and cherries and things. These are the fancy orchards. Yeah, that's going to be the second one. So yes, near to fancy orchards, house number 2, because they are near to the fancy orchards. Okay. Oh, hang on. One thing that we do need to do is put some decor outside, because then when they come out of the door, they will see nice things and feel inspired to go and do good farming work. So put that there, put that there. And then, yeah, let's put a nice plant there because we can. And there's a bit of a gap here as well. So let's pop in, I don't know, a little sort of, let's put in a few, do you know what, fill all of that up actually. They're not in a great line, but that'll do, that's fine. There we go. I quite like that. So got some nice sort of flowers dotted around just to make it look a little bit nicer. And now we need a lot of people. Okay, so over here, oh, look at that. Look how many people there are that can work with animals now. Quite a lot, 3 of them. Okay, fine, be like that game. Right, so we'll have you because you can work with plants. We'll have you because you can work with plants. That's 2. You can work with plants. That's 3. Okay, however, orchards as well. We'll take you. So that's orchards, your orchards, your orchards. Do we need any more planty people? Not planty, but animal people. Do we need more animal people? I think we dealt with that, didn't we? The animal stuff is over here sort of okay now. That's all fine. We don't need more people. There's not another thing to put animals into. So I think that's okay. And we do have a lot of manure. So I think that's fine. So that house that's got room for 2 more people. So we'll run time on a bit quick, get that list refreshed, and then we'll try and get those 2 people in that house and then start filling up the other house. Right, here we go. Mix of orchard people and planty people. You will do Theo Reed and you will do Lucy Dixon to fill that house. So that house has now got 8 people in, and then we can go to here and begin working on this one. So, yep, you're good at working with plants, and there's so many people that can work with animals. So many of them, and now not many people that can work with plants. I swear the game knows this. I do swear the game is aware of this. It goes, oh, do you know what? He's moved away from the animals now. Let's give him loads of people that can work with animals and not that many people that can work with plants and orchards and things. It just knows. We're being trolled by the game. We could employ you, Harley Jones, just because you have got the vehicle thingy. You can do that. And you know what? You as well. There you go. Welcome aboard. And then, yeah, how many more people do we need? 5 more people. Right, so I think if we run time on just another day, that list of people will refresh, and then we should have a decent amount of people to choose from. Come on, game. Come on, be kind. Right, yes, plants. That's 4. That's 5. I wouldn't mind another orchard person, actually, because we only need the orchards. But we have got other orchard people elsewhere. So that's 6. That's 7. And, yeah, you. That's 8. So there we go. So they're now full as well. That house is full of people. So they should be heading around over here to sort out all of these fields. We've got a load of new farm equipment. We've got a load of new people. We've got so much stuff around here that should be now fine. They should be able to go and get on with a lot of things. Got a load of like warehouse over here where they could put all sorts of bits and bobs. So we should be fine. I'd like to think that now we've got a lot of people in and a lot of equipment, we should see these orchards going in. I mean, yeah, that's ready for fertilizing. And we've got a load of tractors, a load of the orchard tractors. Although, hang on, I haven't bought any of the regular tractors. Oh, okay. Do you know what? We can resolve that by spending money and buying regular tractors. That's what we can do. So if we do that and just run that across the back like so, and then, yes, we'll put in some of these. These appear by magic. So, okay, are they 4? Oh, I thought they were 3. 1, 2. Oh, no, they are size 4. Oh, okay. I thought, yeah, it's 3 big because it's got the 3 rows of things in. But yes, the 4th sort of tile row, I suppose, is taken up with the barrier thing. Okay, no, do you know what? I never liked that road anyway. That road was a terrible road, full of potholes. There we go. Right, so which befits a Northamptonshire road at the moment. There we go. Right, so get rid of all of that. That was silly. Why don't we do it this way round? Why don't I put that in now, like so, and like so, and then what we'll do is we'll put a power thing on the corner here, so we can then, if we need to, we can get power down here somewhere, and then we can put the road in. Hooray! Look at that. There we go. Oh, hang on a minute. There's an errant bit of road that we didn't get rid of. There we go. Right, and then in here, I think what we do is we get lots of regular tractors. So lots of the Ethos ones, because they're the fancy ones. So we'll just buy... do we just fill this up? I think maybe we need to get another one of those cultivator things. So we'll put one of those in. Where are they? The big ones. We'll have one of those, please. Which we will... Again, this is large. I'll just put it as pink, because it doesn't change colour anyway. There we go. And then, yeah, the rest of it we just put as Ethos tractors. Just a variety of colours. So, yeah, we'll have, I don't know, 2 pink and 2 blue and 2 yellow. In fact, no, we'll have 3 pink. That's what we'll do. So I have a tractor down here. So that's red. I forgot to change the colour of the tractor. We can't have red. It doesn't go with our colour standards. It doesn't go with the corporate branding. We'll change it to that. So that can park at the front, which is inconvenient, but they work it out. It's fine. They rejig them around. Right, and then let's do the same sort of thing with blue and the same sort of thing over here with yellow. And then that'll be a lot of extra tractors as well. I see over here one of the manure spreaders has gone. And one of the sort of nitrogen and pH sort of fertilizer things has also gone. So, there it is over there, look. It's over there. Finally, they might actually be beginning to get on with things. Oh, no, that's not that one. That was them putting one back. Okay, so I don't know where that's gone. It's around somewhere on the farm, which is fine. Yeah, that's why I've got these things, for them to use them. Oh, hang on a minute. Hang on. Where are you going? You're in the new pink tractor. You are going all the way along here, and you're going quite far away. Can you please just deal with the things that are right next to you? Hang on, I'm going to see where you go. We're going to follow you, tractor. Here we go. Right, let's go on a journey with the tractor. Why are you going so far away? All these tractors are in to go and deal with the fields down the other end of the farm. And you are coming through here, driving literally to the other end of the farm, to go and deal with, what, flax or something? Why? Oh, no, hang on, you've gone to pick up a sprayer? Is that a sprayer? Yes, that's a sprayer. Where are you going then? This is intriguing. Okay, now you're coming back. Right, now we're going to carry on the journey. There's lots of tractors around now. The roads are very busy. Where are you going? Oh, you're doing this field here. Right. Okay. That is not kind of what I had in mind for those tractors. They were supposed to be dealing with the nice new orchard and fruit bit down the other end of the farm, which, by the look of it, will never ever be complete because they just take so long faffing around. Although, look at that. All of the pink tractors have gone. So yes, another 6 tractors might actually be quite a good idea. So, right, here we go. Let's go and invest in some lovely, lovely, obviously brightly coloured tractors. Right, there we go. We have 6 shiny new tractors, 3 in yellow and 3 in blue, as you would expect, and they look wonderful. And I've been ticking time on to see how quickly they're going to get used, and the answer is not very quickly at all. They are just sitting there, not doing anything. I thought people would be onto these like a shot, just going, brilliant, yes, we could go and use those to go out into the fields and do all the stuff that we need to do. But no, they're just sort of sitting there idle, not doing anything at all. Possibly because all of our workers are probably now over here at that end of the farm or something, not bothering with this bit here. I really want to get these in. I want to get this all sorted. We need to fertilise these things here. They are, yeah, look, those 2 are ready to be fertilised. That one needs all the other kind of fancy soil conditioning stuff. And over here, that's ready for... Oh, hang on. Manure spreader. The lime field might be ready. Oh, this is exciting. Oh, hang on. And we've made hosamaki rolls. We've actually taken some of our nori and we are making hosamaki. Okay, this is very exciting. The lotus flowers, I think, are these a lost cause? They're not going to work in the current climate, I don't think. We're going to leave them there, as we discussed, just because maybe at some point we might get a heat wave or whatever. But I think for now, they're not doing anything. They're just sort of... I mean, could we potentially... Maybe what we do is, next year, what happens is we'll get to, I don't know, summertime when it's nice and warm here in Northamptonshire, and we will get rid of all of these hibernating ones. Just get rid of them. I don't know, sell them somewhere else. And then we'll just replenish it with a load of new ones that are not hibernating. And maybe at that point, they will start growing and we can get some lovely pickled lotus stems. But yeah, we can't do that right now. I don't think that's got to be a sort of a next year job. But yes, over here somewhere, we are going to be making, and there it is. There we go. Hosamaki rolls are being made right now with stuff that is from our farm, not everything. Not everything is from the farm. So the nori comes from our farm. We grew that ourselves. And the shrimp, we cultivate those ourselves. But the rice does come from elsewhere. Because I think rice might be a little bit of a push too far for us. I don't really think we've got the right climate to grow a lot of rice. Not very successfully anyway. So there we go, look. We're making our own hosamaki rolls. Hosamaki rolls fresh from the lovely people's farm. And yes, I think... we can't do much else with those. If I press the right button, it would be useful. We can't do much else apart from just sell them on. We can't turn them into anything else. So where are they? Where are they in this list? Oh, they're down here. They do have a plus 100% demand on them. So, yeah, they are very much desired by people out there in the world. Everybody is there going, please, give us some lovely sushi rolls. Let's just wait until they appear in the list and we'll see how much money we can get for them. I'm hoping it's quite a lot. Also, the nori, look. The nori is also looking very good. Look at that. They plus 100% demand on that too, which is good news for us because, you know, if we make slightly too much of it, we can always sell that on. But I wonder, have they gone back into hibernating again? Can we check over here? No, they're still growing. They are still growing. So I wonder, yes, can we get another crop out of those? And then that should get us over, what, 10,000 nori? That should be enough. That should be enough, I feel. Okay, right. Are they ready to sell just yet? No, they are not. Again, I find this quite fiddly about this version of the game. I can't recall if the previous version was quite as sort of particular about this, but I just want to be able to sell things. Just as soon as it's ready, just sell it on. I don't know why it has to go to a particular place to sell it on. But yeah, that's the way it is. I just find it a little bit of a faff and a fiddle. Right, here we go, look. 800 units, 800 pieces then of hosamaki is ready to sell. Click on that. That is 66.5, just over 1,000 farm manager monies. Okay, that is very exciting. So we shall add that in. Let's go like that. Sell that on. And yeah, sell above 0. I mean, I'll have a little bit because I do like that. I'll have a little bit of that, please. I'll have a handful before you sell the rest on. But yeah, that's fine. It'd be barely noticeable. It's all okay. So there we go. That's another new thing that we are selling here on the lovely people's farm. So we can clear that out the way. We'll make sure that comes down. Is that number going to come down? Yes, there we go. Right, so that's all gone. Nori. Now here's a question. How long does the nori last for? Can we see where nori is? It must be near here somewhere. Where did we put nori? In here. Okay, so can we see how long it lasts for? If we click that, it does tell you. Expires in 2,920 days. Okay, we don't need to worry about that going off because it appears to last for a very long time indeed. Years and years. Brilliant. Okay, anything happening over here? Anything happening? Oh, hang on. It's being planted. They're planting the lime trees. Finally, one of our orchards over here is going to be finished. At long last. Oh my goodness me. It's taken a long time to get that sorted. But look, they are here. You can't really see the trees, but they are planting them. There we go. One person sat on the back. Oh no, there's two people. And every so often, I don't know how they do it, but they must count a certain sort of distance or whatever. And then, yeah, they just pop a tree in the ground. I imagine the sort of thing they're on sort of forces it into the ground, you know, gets the roots or whatever in. There we go. Lovely. Right, so that's that done. That won't be ready. That won't be ready, and that won't be either. Okay, and have we got any fruit coming in from over here? I imagine the answer is no. That's been pH fertilised. They're all ready to be sort of fertilised with the manure. It's just not here. I find it rather frustrating. I'd like them to just get on with it, please. Oh, and look, all the blue tractors have gone. Okay, so blue tractor squad are now out and about, which is brilliant. There is a blue tractor. Here comes another one with the blue trailer. Good colour matching. Very good. I like that. Yeah, there we go. So yeah, it's looking busy. It's looking very busy around the farm. Oh, and the money is going to fly up in a minute because, yes, it is orchard harvest time. I think the apples are nearly ready. Over here, all the pears are being extracted from the trees, which is brilliant. 60 days left until the apricots. That's going to take a little while. But, yeah, this is where the money's going to creep up. And the plums. The plums are ready as well. I think... Did we just sell them on? I think we did, because we've just made quite a lot of money. So, okay, there we go. The plums have been harvested, and now they're ready to carry on growing next year. Wonderful. There we go. Right, so that's all looking good. Over here, one of our new orchards out of 4 is ready to go, pretty much. So, yeah, not exactly a great turnaround, but better than nothing. Do you know what? To maybe help move things around the farm a little bit quicker, over here near to the existing orchards, why don't we just have a great big row of logistics buildings? Just a lot of them, and then some worker houses for people to then go and work in those logistics buildings. I think that might help out quite a bit, because then they can just, drive around in their trucks and just move stuff about nice and quick. At the minute, I think we are being hampered by the size of the farm and possibly a lack of sort of, delivery vehicles. So if we just have a load of them over here in this empty space, that might be quite useful. Although, would it be better, thinking about it, for them to be sort of over here maybe, which is a little bit more central? It's a little bit more to the middle. That might be a bit better, thinking about it. And then over there we could put a field in or something. But yeah, maybe... Over here, look, we could just have a lot of them, and that would help out quite a bit. And actually over here, there is a big main road type thing. So I think that's what we do. Let's go full on logistics. Let's get that sorted, shall we? So that road, I think, is as near as it can be to that hill. I don't think that's why we did that, wasn't it? We can't build anything just there. Oh, we could build it there. Hang on a minute. No, maybe that road is not in the optimal place. Could we put it here? No. Could we put it there? No. Could we put it there? Oh no. Oh no. Okay, just here apparently the road is completely, the ground is impassable. No way you could put a road just there. What a ridiculous idea. Silly of me. Okay, so that will have to do. That's fine. So yeah, let's get a load of these in. Let's get a load of these in, because I do feel it will help quite a bit. So yes, we will put them going in like that, actually, on a road in the middle. So we'll have 1, and can we fit 3? If we could fit 3 in, that would be the best thing. Hang on a minute. Why can't we put one just there? There's one there, and yeah, one there, and then tuck one in. Oh yes. Oh, that space was made for these. That is a brilliant, brilliant thing. And then 1 and 2 and 3. Okay, that's good. So that's going to, they have 2 people in each, don't they? So that's going to need, we're going to need some more worker housing. But I think over here, we have got a little bit of a gap. So if we just go to here, oh, hang on. Do you know what we are going to do? We're going to sort out this power issue, possibly. Okay, do you know what? No, don't do that one. Reclaim the money on that for now, because that's going to be, we need power for this. We need power. I remember before it became slightly too late. So like that. And then, yes, get some of these power things in. Oh, that side's okay, is it? That side's completely fine. Right, you are. So we'll put one in like that and connect that up. The game is, yeah, I think the farm's getting quite big. It is getting a bit sort of harder to do things. We are seeing a bit of sort of lag going on. And then we'll put one up on that corner just to make sure that everything does have power. Right, and then go back to here. Worker houses. So 1. Why can't we have a worker house there? You can't tell me that that is too hilly. That ground is flat. That ground there is as flat as anything. Okay, apparently we can't build a worker house there on account of the awful ground. You know what? It'll have to go in here. And I hope they are powered, because if not, that's going to be annoying. So we'll put 2 in. So that means we can have, that is, yeah, 16 workers. So that's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. So we can have another 2 of these. Okay, I think at the minute that might be okay. Another 6 would be okay. Is that going to be fine? Hang on a minute. Let's get to the thing. Where are we? Logistics. Put these ones back in. So swivel that round. So that can go in like that. That can go in like that. Okay, so get those in. Let's get these sorted. And then we'll get these all set up. And we'll see how helpful that is at moving things around. Because maybe the problem with those fields down there not getting manure and such like is that we don't have enough vehicles to move the manure from over here. I imagine these are quite full of poop. Yeah, they're quite hefty with the old poop there. Yeah, maybe there's not enough vehicles to move them from here to over to that side of the farm. So maybe once that's done, that will help. And yeah, this here is a bit of a nuisance because there's apparently not any power there. Well, would you look at that? There now is. So you can get rid of those silly things. Right. And then we have another 6 of these. This is very good. Okay. Logistics house. Again, because I think we already have a logistics house. So logistics house again. And we'll have people that can do logistics. And now I imagine there's going to be nobody at all. Nobody on those 8. No, nobody that can do logistics of any kind. Not at all. But look at that. Plenty of people that can work with animals. Lovely. Oh, and also orchards. Excellent. Right. Okay, fine. As often is the case, let's run time on until we have a better pick of candidates. Right, there we go. That's a little bit more promising. So, Jesse, you can come in. And Finley and Esme. And that's it. Okay, so only 3. Only 3. That's better than none. So, yep, there we go. Jesse and Finley, and then Esme can go into that one. Okay, so that's 3 people sorted. That's only 3, so not many, but yeah, we're getting there. It's better than none. And yeah, already they're out and about. They're in their delivery trucks, delivering oat and delivering lupine and such like. So they are helping already. They've not been there that long, and already they're helping move things around the farm a bit quicker. Right, Leon can come in, and that is it. You know, typical, loads of animal people now, absolutely loads of them, but no, we don't need them right now. But Leon, there you go, you can go in and help out. So, right, let's just run time on then. Again, a lot of ticking time on until we've got ourselves a lot of people that can do shipping stuff that can work over here in our shiny new kind of logistics area. Logistics block of the farm. Let's get loads of people employed to do lots of moving stuff about. And there we go. It took a little while and quite a lot of refreshes of the list of employees, but we got there in the end. 6 shiny new logistics buildings up and running, all fully staffed, which I think will help out quite a bit. So over here they're moving the flax oil. So already they're going from here all the way to over there on that far side of the farm. Over here they're dealing manure. Brilliant. That's what we want to see. We want to see people moving the manure around so we can get it onto the fields a little bit quicker. That's wonderful. You're moving sorghum and some rice about. You're on the straw and manure. This is good. You lot, they've only just been employed. They've just been employed. So let's see what their first jobs are. So what are you guys going to do? Okay, autumn is here. Lovely. We will go and check on the lotus flowers. Just see if they're deciding to grow this season. And then we've got, what were you doing? You're moving manure as well. This is excellent stuff. This is brilliant. And you're moving sheep's milk around. Okay, so if we pop back over here. Oh, hang on. Hang on. Have we got stuff growing? Is stuff growing? Are we growing lotus flowers? There's green stuff in the water. I'm going to click. I'm crossing my fingers and my toes and everything else, hoping that maybe we could get some of these things growing. And yes, they've woken up. They've woken up. Okay, so now I think we have an entire season of these growing. So at some point, do you know what? I was going to kind of wrap things up. I was going to finish things up and go, do you know what? We're at an okay point to finish things up for now. Got more logistics things in. Things are being sort of shipped around a bit quicker. Hopefully that'll help things around the farm. Just, get things, moving around a bit slicker and such. But now, I think maybe, is it worth moving time on? I don't know what the sort of growing time of these is. Is it like 3 weeks? Is it 8 months? I don't know. I don't quite know how long it takes. But looking at that little orange bar, it is quite slow. Yeah, that's going to take a while. That is not a quick thing at all. But okay, right, at least they are growing. So maybe, possibly, maybe by the end of the year 2031, in the dim and distant future, we might be able to make some pickled lotus stems. That is the goal. How is everything over here going? Oh, look at that. Look at that. There are trees. The lime trees are in and they are being sprayed, which is brilliant. Manure is finally going down there for the kiwis, so that should be sorted. That's just pH fertilised. That hasn't got nitrogen on it yet, not quite sure why. And over here, still completely nothing. Just nothing happening. Which is frustrating, I'll be honest. It is quite frustrating because it means they're just going to sit there. That's another year going by that we're not getting anything from these fields. And that does make me a little bit concerned because when we come back next time, I think we'll need to sort of skip through the winter. So fly through that, just get that done because, it's a bit quiet in the winter. We can't do all this kind of stuff. So we'll get through winter. And then when we come back, when it's spring, I would like to, if we could, get a few fields set up so we could begin thinking about making our own bread. So we get some nice wheat fields set up, get some rye on the go, grow those, get a mill and a bakery, and then make our own bready products. And then I think that'll be it. I think that will finish things off for the lovely people's farm. I think that'll be a good point to kind of wrap things up. Making our own bread is a lovely, delicious thing. So I would like to get that done. And I think if we have got problems with getting stuff sorted out for fields over there, are we going to have a similar problem if we, for example, set up a load of fields over here for our sort of bread enterprise? Is that going to be an issue as well? Do we need to maybe sort of think about putting them into here and possibly having smaller fields? Because, the big fields, I love a big field. Because, it's more exciting and the combine harvesters look good going around the big fields, but maybe it's harder to get all the stuff sorted in terms of, manure and what have you, because it does need quite a lot. So possibly, do we go for some smaller fields into here? Maybe a couple of longer fields of the wheat and the whatever else we decide to grow, and then have our things over here to kind of process it, to make the bread and the flour and what have you. Maybe that's what we should do. That might help move things along. And also, we have got a little bit of room down here as well. Could we, just to maybe finish things off, could we bring a big road coming up here? Just like that. There we go. And that then kind of has this little area here. Look, we've got a kind of an area outline there, which we could use for our whole sort of, baking enterprise. I think that's what we do. So possibly the fruit isn't going to go properly. I don't know. Everything else over here seems absolutely fine. They're able to sort all this out, look. They're able to nip in and get the manure in and harvest everything. And, keep putting manure on the fields every single time. but over here, not so much. So yeah, maybe we'll try and have smaller fields and also have stuff nearer to the middle of the farm so it can get sorted. And then we'll have bread, and then... Oh, hang on. What's going on here? Are they in? They're planting kiwis. They are planting kiwis. Okay, no, this is good. Oh, they go on little... Oh, like a little sort of trellis type thing. Oh, well, there you go. I never knew that kiwis grew on little sort of wooden trellis type thingamajigs. Fascinating. Okay, just making sure they do finish this field off. I know they will, but I'm just making sure because that means of our new orchards. And I say new, we set these up a couple of years ago, I think, but now out of the 4, 2 are going to, I imagine, grow some lovely fruit for us next year. So next year we can expect limes and we can expect kiwis. Oh, and that one's being sprayed now. That's quite encouraging as well. So that one's still waiting for the sort of soil treatment stuff. That one waiting for regular fertilizer. But there we go. So I can't complain too much. At least 2 of those are done. But yes, I think what we'll do is we will wrap things up for now, and then we'll come back next time. And yes, try and set up, if we can, over in... Oh, crikey. Yeah, again, it's slow moving across the farm now. But over here, we'll set up our little kind of baking operation. That is what I think we'll do. Fields, maybe 2 or 3 fields in here, possibly another one down here maybe, and then all the stuff here to, sort of make the flour and the bread and everything else. I think that's what we will do. But yes, for now we'll wrap things up. Hopefully you are still enjoying this. If you are, please do leave a like. That would be most marvellous indeed. And also, if you're not already, then please do subscribe to keep up to date with how we get on here next time out in Farm Manager World. But for now, thank you very much for joining me in the Geek Cupboard, and I'll see you next time. We've turned up at this place going, hello, yeah, we'd like to be your fisherman, and we've crashed our boat into some rocks. There's giant, big, gnashy, smashy teeth. Sir, you appear to be on fire. Okay, what is that? No, how about no?